An international legal storm is unfolding in the Mediterranean. The Global Sumud Flotilla, carrying hundreds of activists and humanitarian aid bound for Gaza, is documenting alleged violations by Israeli forces. Lawyers aboard the flotilla are preparing evidence for submission to the International Court of Justice. Accusations ranging from unlawful interception in international waters to violations of maritime and humanitarian law. Today we break down what's happening, what legal arguments are being assembled, and what this could mean for accountability. The flotilla is a coalition of over 40 civilian vessels, totaling some 500 activists from multiple countries. Its mission is humanitarian, to deliver aid such as food and medicine to Gaza, and to challenge what organizers say is an illegal blockade. Alongside vessels, there are legal observers, documentation teams, and lawyers from many jurisdictions. Their job is to monitor treatment of activists, record any use of force or illegal actions, and compile legal dossiers for international bodies. Lawyers are claiming repeated drone assaults on flotilla boats in international waters. Reports mention 12 blasts hitting 9 ships after drone strikes. Complaints include electronic jamming that disrupted communications and GPS, disabling of cameras and navigation equipment, surrounding or encirclement of flotilla boats by Israeli vessels, illegal boarding, and detention of activists. Organizers say that many vessels were intercepted well before reaching Gaza, with some actions occurring in international waters. Detainees include high-profile activists, lawmakers, and human rights lawyers. The legal teams are pairing to draw upon several sources of international law: the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, laws of armed conflict, humanitarian law under the Geneva Conventions, and human rights law. Key legal claims include violation of rights in international waters, prohibition on hindering humanitarian aid, illegal detention of activists, and the use of force through drone attacks, boarding operations, and electronic jamming. The lawyers intend to submit reports and evidence to international bodies like the ICJ and possibly the ICC to pursue accountability for what they see as war crimes and breaches of maritime law. Israel, however, defends its actions, claiming the flotilla is entering combat zones and that there are security concerns which make the blockade lawful. Multiple states and international actors have condemned the interception and detention of flow ships and activists. Palestine, Pakistan, South Africa, and others have issued statements accusing Israel of violating international law. UN experts have also raised concerns that threats to participants, detention in harsh conditions, and obstruction of humanitarian aid pose serious legal and human rights violations. Some countries, such as Italy, have stepped back from offering naval support as tensions escalate, while proposals to offload aid in Cyprus have been rejected by organizers who insist on reaching Gaza directly. If the case goes to the ICJ or ICC, evidence gathered by the flotilla lawyers could lead to rulings that reinforce limits on naval blockades, strengthen protections for humanitarian missions, and hold accountable those responsible for unlawful boarding, detention, or use of force. Outcomes could include international pressure on Israel to change its naval operations, possible monetary compensation, or orders to allow unimpeded delivery of humanitarian assistance. At the same time, legal proceedings are slow, and proving jurisdiction and compliance is difficult. States may dispute facts such as where and when incidents occurred and claim security exceptions. For activists and civilians in Gaza, the impact is immediate interrupted aid, detained persons, and the risk of further escalation. For the international community, it raises urgent questions about enforcement of international law, impunity, and moral responsibility. The Global Sumud Flotilla lawyers and activists are attempting more than a voyage. They are attempting to test the limits of international accountability. As evidence is sent to The Hague and beyond, the world watches whether law, not just force, will prevail on the open seas. Stay informed, stay critical. If you found this analysis helpful, like, share, and comment. What do you think the legal case will bring? Thanks for watching.